Hi, everybody. Welcome to our fifth podcast. Today we have one of our instructors, Chloe. Yay.
So, Chloe has been with us for 3 months now, and we are really happy and excited that she joined the team. And so, I think now is the time for us to get to know her. She's been doing really well for the last 3 months, and she also has very interesting stories. So, hopefully, you guys will get to know more about her. And she's almost like the third member of our team already because she has been teaching so many classes. And so, yeah, please join her classes if you have the time. Okay, so we'll get to know Chloe first. So maybe Chloe, you want to do a self intro?
Hi, I'm Chloe. I've been teaching at Rain for close to 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. Okay, more than 3 months. Okay, before this, I was teaching at another studio, but it was just Reformer Pilates. So right now, I'm teaching both Reformer as well as Med Pilates, which has been very fun so far. And on the side, I'm also doing facial and lash. So it's kind of like a good complement, I feel, between my freelance as well as like Pilates. Yes, so nice to meet you guys. Yeah.
So I guess I'll ask the first question. So, anyways, I think we can start with sharing more about because Chloe actually she was born in a hole in a heart, and I think that is something that for me I've never had anybody that I know of, and I think it's very not interesting, but I'm just curious to know how has that impacted your life, and how has maybe also Pilates helped you with that growing up. How do you deal with it? How do you cope with it? And then as of now, how does Pilates help you as well?
Okay. Yeah, so I was born with a hole in heart. Then I went through like a surgery when I was 2 months old. Yeah, so I couldn't remember much. But I guess growing up, in terms of impact, I would say it's quite minimal. Yeah, I mean, in some ways, I kind of liked it because I actually like hated sports a lot when I was younger.
So cardio, you just
No, I was just like, no, I'm not a runner.
I cannot run because
Yeah, so I would just say like, oh, sorry, teacher, I cannot run. Like, I have a hole in heart. Yeah, please don't learn from me. But yeah, so I'll use it to my advantage, I guess. Yeah, but I mean, generally, it's quite okay, except that, I have a scar from the operation. Yeah, and then I can't really do much like super high impact kind of like cardio. So like spinning all this will be out for me. Yeah, because I tend to feel like more breathless.
can you jog?
I can do jog, slow jog. Yeah, so yeah, but really when I was younger, I really hated like all kinds of sports. Yeah, and then like the complete opposite, my dad, he was like really into like all the different exercises. So actually he will force us to kind of like get into running or like get into like playing badminton and all those, or even swimming. Yeah, so we'll try all sorts of excuses to just get out of it. Yeah, but I guess slowly as time goes by, I guess I wasn't so resistant to it. I think I kind of like developed a liking towards like jogging. Yeah, because I think I felt like it's a good, I don't know, like a good stress reliever. Yeah, whenever like I feel stressed from like school, and then I would just like go run. Yeah, just to get things out of your mind. Yeah, but I think after a while I start to feel the impact. Because running in the long term, actually I felt like my hips were getting like super tight. Yeah, even my hamstrings also. And then sometimes your knee, I don't know if it's part of aging, but like it starts to give way a little bit. Yeah, so I actually fell twice when I was like running on the outside. I fell twice, and then after that what happened? I got chased by dogs. Yeah.
in Singapore.
Yeah, like I
Stray
was
dogs or you
stray
belong-
dogs. Yeah, so I got.
Yeah.
I have to say like this is in Yishun.
Oh,
Yeah, so I got surrounded because it was in a park, and then I got surrounded by like a group of stray dogs.
You must be so scared.
Yeah, I was so scared. So I got like so traumatized, and then I stopped running after that. So somebody there was like a few kind strangers who were nearby, so they helped me. Yeah, I screamed, and then they helped me to chase the dogs away. So thankfully, I managed to escape. Yeah, but I guess it was a sign. So after that, I stopped. Yeah, I took it as a sign. Yeah, I took it as a sign to stop. Yeah, and also because after I fell down, I injured like both knees. So I took a break from running for a long time as well. Yeah. Then I guess like after I started going back, I kind of lost the momentum. And then I also didn't really enjoy it as much as I did before. Yeah. I mean, somehow it got a bit boring after a while. For me, yeah. So then I kind of wanted to look for like other alternatives. Yeah, so I tried like swimming, I tried like cycling. But to me, I don't know, the connection wasn't there. Yeah, I just felt like doing it for the sake of doing it. So that was until like I tried out Pilates for the first time. Then that was 2-3 years ago. Oh no, wait, maybe longer. Yeah, but anyway, so I started with privates because I just wanted to improve like my posture, because after you tend to sit for very long hours, I feel like I tend to hunch a lot. And also because I had mild like scoliosis. So then I wanted to do something that is kind of like not so high impact, but still enough, for me to feel something. Yeah, so that's when I got into Pilates, and then I just never looked back because I like the mind-body connection. Whenever I go for classes, I felt like I could really transfer or divert all my focus into the exercises or like the flow. Yeah, and just feel good, after every class, because it really helps a lot in helping you to feel like, your posture improve, you could sit better, you can also stand better, walk better, and all those. And you don't feel like you're dying a lot, during class and all that. I mean, maybe sometimes. Yeah, but in general, I really enjoy the classes. I really enjoy the benefits that Pilates brought to me. So I started from private, then I started going for group classes. Then, that's when I was thinking to also leave my corporate job to try, to see if being an instructor suits me. Yeah, so that's how it all started. Yeah.
You can share how you came to know about us and how you applied as an instructor?
So I've been like following Rain for quite some time. And then when I was teaching at my previous studio, I was also trying to to explore as well, because I feel like teaching at different studios kind of like also lets you learn and expose you to different things. Yeah, especially for newer instructors. It's always nice to also get a feel of how different studios may fit your own style. And especially when you're starting out and trying to find your own style. Yeah, so I tried priest classes one day. And then I also happened to see that they are hiring like, new instructors. So that's when after class, I kind of like, approached her. And then she chatted for a while, and then I just asked her very shyly, like, are you hiring? Yeah. Yeah. And then, I went for an interview, audition, and things just started from there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was, we're very happy that Chloe joined our team. So thank you for stepping into our doors. Yeah, so I guess another thing that I think would be interested for the people to get to know you is like more about your corporate job. You used to work as a social worker, and I thought that is also very interesting. Maybe you can share a little bit of that experience, and also I know you kind of had a burnout that also was the reason why you wanted to quit that social worker job. So maybe you can share like that experience as well.
Yes, I was a social worker for close to 4 or 5 years. So I started out, immediately after university, I started out working as a social worker at a family service center. So it serves from children all the way to seniors, and then I was in direct facing work. Yeah, but I guess during that period, it also coincided with COVID. Yeah, so it was actually quite taxing and also quite draining, both physically and emotionally. Because when you're working from home during COVID period, you can't really draw like a balance or like a very clear boundary, between your work as well as your personal life. So I remember like it was just very tiring every day. Like you wake up and then you work. And then you work all the way until like nighttime, but you can't really switch off completely. Yeah, because you're still thinking about like all the high risk cases, especially during COVID. There were a lot of like family violence. Yeah, and you also feel very helpless because during the lockdown we can't really go out and meet the clients. Yeah, so it was just quite challenging. Yeah, so I also felt a bit burnt out because I didn't feel like I could enjoy my personal life anymore. Yeah, it's just thinking and thinking and thinking a lot of like about work, about the admin, and then also about how your clients are. Yeah, so that's when I realized that maybe it would be also good for me to just take a break and transit into like an indirect social work position. Yeah, so then I left my first agency and then I chose to join another agency to do more indirect facing work. So that's doing a bit more about research, so researching about topics like single parenthood, helping with program evaluation and all that. Yeah, I would say at the start, I really enjoyed it a lot because it's also like a new learning experience for me. Yeah, and indirectly, I also get to support the social workers through their cases or through their programs. Yeah, but also I felt like there were still certain things that were triggering me. I feel like during the job and all. So then I kind of like had this thought that I wanted to take a break and also try to explore something new. So I actually thought for it for quite a bit of time. Yeah, because even if I want to join another agency or take on another position, that will also be another form of like learning from me and also another kind of like a fresh start. Yeah. So at the same time, I was contemplating whether I should totally switch to another industry, which is doing Pilates. Yeah. So it was I think I mulled over it for super long, like almost 1 year. Yeah. But I guess somehow it's the timing. Yeah, I happened to come across like the Pilates instructor courses, and I also had some friends who were teaching already. So I guess talking to them also helps, to kind of like find out whether or not this would suit me. Yeah, because ultimately, if you are just taking classes as a student, it's very different from teaching a class. There's so much like more things to think about and to consider. And it's also like a commitment, whether is it like your class planning, class preparation, and also that post reflections and all those. Yeah, so, I guess also life is unpredictable. So then I decided to be even more unpredictable. So I just wanted to take a risk. Yeah, to why not, just try, just go for it, just go for the course. Yeah, even if I don't end up being like an instructor, I still learn something. Yeah, so I went for the course and then I took time to practice and also have my friends to be my practice body. So it started from there, and then I was also at that point serving my notice. So that's when I was like, okay, maybe during my break from my corporate job, I could try, interviewing, for potential studios, to see whether I could teach at the studio. So that's when I found my first studio, and then I tried out. I mean, it was really tough at the start because you don't know what you're doing sometimes. Yeah, you just try your best. But it may be challenging, but I guess it's also fulfilling. Yeah, when you see your clients enjoying your classes and then also getting to know them. Yeah, which I felt like there was a parallel between social work as well as my current job as a Pilates instructor. Because it's also not about knowing them during class. It's also about getting to know them as a person. Yeah, how they are. Because sometimes what you feel, even like before you turn off for class, all the little things that you go through every day, it also affects how your body is. Yeah, like your body responses, how tight you are, and all those. Yeah, so I felt like, actually, there's some, parallels. Yeah, it's really very similar. So I really liked it. Yeah, because I still don't want to lose that social work touch. I feel, I mean, I still really enjoy like interacting with my clients as well when I was in social work, and also getting to know them better and also getting to support them. It's just that this time around with the roles switch, it's maybe focusing more on the physical self, but also as you get to build rapport with them, there's also the part about the emotional bond. Yeah. And I felt it when I was also a client taking Pilates classes, because when the instructor takes time to get to know you, you actually feel seen and appreciated. Yeah, and I think knowing how your body, like your stress affects your body, and then how the instructor takes the effort to kind of like support you through it, then I was thinking that it could also be, something that is meaningful. Yeah, so since the time that I've left my corporate job, I think it's almost quite some time ago. Yeah, in a few months, it'll be almost 1 year. Yeah. Actually, it's very fast. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like at least I have been spending it quite meaningfully, I feel. Yeah, it's something different, but still very enjoyable. Yeah. And yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I think it's I always believe when one door closes, another door opens. But you need to take the risk and the courage to actually close that door, even though there are a lot of uncertainty, which I think in your case you did really well throughout the whole process. So good job, and still thank you for joining us at Rain Pilates. Yeah, but I think that makes a lot of sense as to why you're so good with like clients interaction as well. Yeah, I think that really helps, and it really matters to build that rapport and build that relationship with our clients. Okay, one more thing is, I think I was also very curious about how do you then transit into your lash business? I think, yeah, from a social worker to so she has her own lash business. If you want to try, you can reach out to her. So anyways, yeah, so how did that came about as well?
I was just very bored.
It's legit, it's a valid reason.
Yeah, legit, because I think I was also trying to find like something to do outside of work as a social worker. Yeah, because I think sometimes when you're too drowned in all those like admin work or like firefighting kind of like cases, you tend to feel very drained. Yeah, and then I feel like my mind was also just very crowded with a lot of thoughts. So then I just wanted to distract myself, but also still do something a bit more like productive, I guess. Yeah. So I mean, it's fun also because, I mean, by nature, I'm also quite vain. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it's just something that I am quite passionate about, yeah, as well. So even before I started this, I have always been interested to like, try different skincare products and just experiment with things here and there. So that's when I was like, oh, maybe, I could try out to see how this also works out for me. Yeah, so when I was also thinking about that career switch and all those, I think it was like 2 to 3 years ago, yeah, then it was also kind of like trying to experiment. I feel like I sound very fickle-minded, but yeah, I think honestly, when you feel very lost and you don't know what to do,
Just try.
Yeah, just try, because you never know what happens. Even if it doesn't work out, at least you learn, okay, this doesn't suit me. Yeah, and at least you get a new skill out from it. Yeah. So I went for like facial course, and then I went for like lash course. And then, yeah, I just felt like, oh, it's actually very fun. Yeah, I love to like extract all the blackheads, but
Get it out.
yeah, get it out. Yeah.
How many blackheads can you extract from one person's face?
Oh, I could show you.
Just curious to know.
So yesterday, my friend came to me because she was overseas for really long.
Oh,
Yeah,
bad.
so like the tissue paper, it was like half of it is like really filled with it. Yeah.
Why is it good to do it?
Okay, it really depends on your skin type, I would say. Yeah, because if you are not used to it for the first time, like if you've never done it before, you might also experience like some post-facial kind of like pimple here and there. But it's because the skin is trying to, purge? Yeah, all the impurities out. I mean, if you have been doing regularly and if it's like improving your skin, then I would say then it's good to continue on. Yeah, because everybody's skin is really very different. Yeah. So yeah, so afterwards, after I completed all my courses and trainings, then when I was working my full time on weekdays, I was just focusing on that, and then maybe going for like Pilates classes in the evening. And then on weekends, I would also try to take up some appointments, yeah, for either facial or lashes. So then,
Sarah should try.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do my
Yeah, you can try. So then, yeah, basically, I was just, I don't know, I just didn't want to stay at home. Yeah, because if I stay at home, I can really sleep the whole day. And to me, that day is just wasted. So why not do something, yeah, to keep myself like occupied. Yeah. So, yeah, I started doing this balancing here and there. Then when I wanted to really leave my corporate job, I wanted to just make sure that I could still sustain myself. Yeah, so I was doing facial and lash, like freelancing, and then also at the same time trying out just to see whether I could also juggle another side gig, I guess, or like a part time as an instructor. Yeah, but I guess it has been working out so far. Yeah, although it is still quite tiring, I would say, because sometimes appointments like really vary. Like I could start at 8, or even 7:30 for private. Yeah, 7:30. And after that, I will rush for like my appointments. Then after that, I will just end at maybe 10 p.m. Yeah, but it was great. But it's still fun because I still get to like have some breaks in between. Yeah, I don't know. I guess in general, I just cannot stop like staying still. Yeah, I need to do something. Yeah.
I guess now it's probably because you're also trying to find your schedule and your footing in both the jobs that you have now. But I do resonate with you when you say that you don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like there's just so many things that you want to do, and I think not a lot of people are like cut out for that. Like we cannot sit still. Although I would love to sleep the whole day too, but at a certain point I won't be able to do that anymore. I'm like I just want to take a lot of things. But I guess my question is, would you feel like you might reach a stage of burnout, or like have you reached a stage of burnout like for your part-time jobs or like your freelancing jobs? Like what's your take on that?
I mean, I guess it's a good thing that I came from social work first. Yeah, because then that helped me to get in touch with my inner self a lot more, I feel. Yeah. So when I was burnt out from my previous like social worker role and all that, I think the signs were quite telling. Yeah, like I could feel that like I wasn't just my previous self anymore. Yeah, I get tired very easily. And then even if like there's any like meetings or there's any like home visits or any sessions with clients, I feel like I dread it so much that I don't even want to turn up. Yeah, so I think recognizing and also being through it myself, I think that helped me to get like a sense of like, okay, this is where I know I should stop. Yeah, so from then, or like from there on, then for now, I think so far, no. Yeah.
I wouldn't say you have. I will sense it if you
Yeah.
sensitive to clients to instructors.
Yes, I think even my own family members or like my husband will also feel it as well. Yeah, because I mean, shout out to him, but
Shout out to Chloe's husband.
yeah, I mean he's also the one who keeps me very grounded. I feel, yeah. I mean, although sometimes he will be quite straightforward. Like when I was telling him, okay, I don't know if I should do this, do that. Then he was like, you better think carefully. But it's good, it's helpful because you need somebody who will keep you in check. Yeah, so I think thankfully, he will do that. Although sometimes I would just tell him, don't be too harsh. Yeah. But I guess it's like, sometimes the signs may not be coming from your own self-awareness because I mean, for myself personally, I tend to be harder on myself. Yeah, I have like, I don't know, I just try to work hard. But then sometimes, I go the extra to the point that I may, sacrifice my own well-being a bit. Yeah. So we may lose that self-awareness. So I think it's also important how your friends or like your families can also be the one to kind of like check in on you, just to make sure like, are you okay? Are you coping well and all that? Yeah. I would say the initial transition was a bit like shaky because I don't know when to schedule what. Yeah. And I think because when you teach Pilates especially, it's also about having time to practice or to attend classes. Yeah, so sometimes for me, the struggle is also to find the time. Yeah, but I think it's also trying to go with the process because that's when you also learn how to manage or like coordinate well, I guess. Yeah, So having that time to, through this process, you learn about yourself, you start to get a bit more stable in terms of your own like scheduling and all those. And I also will intentionally like block out times for myself. So I think that's also the good thing about it. Yeah, because you kind of can control your time for most of it. Yeah, except for certain timings that, when your client really can't do other timings, then that's when you have to slot in a session. Yeah, but other than that, it's also being intentional to set that boundary. So like Sundays, usually I try not to schedule any facial or lash, so that I can keep some time for myself. Yeah, and also even on weekdays, certain days I will just block out for me to do my own things. So yeah, so far it has been fun. I think so long as you enjoy what you're doing and you know how to also take care of yourself, do some self-care, then I think it's about striking that balance. Yeah.
How do you feel like you as an instructor has changed or developed from before coming to Rain and now teaching at Rain?
Okay. I think I'm a bit more intentional with what I do. Yeah, because I think during like one-on-one trainings or like team trainings, right, there's always an emphasis on the mind-body connection, and also trying to educate Rain clients. I really think that it makes a very big difference, because if we don't know what we are doing as instructors, I think it shows a lot during the class. Yeah. Then that's when like, I don't know, like, I think clients can feel it. Yeah, and you can also kind of like know when people are not following you, or they just you don't see them anymore. Yeah, so I think that's a very big game changer for me, because knowing this and also trying to incorporate it in my own teaching, I think that has also made a difference. Yeah, because before this, maybe I'm more focused on like trying to just deliver my cues. Yeah, but I think now that, I have been through like all the trainings and all, I start to want to know, how this exercise will work for you, how will it benefit you. And also learning about all the different bodies. It has also helped me to become a bit more confident, I would say. Yeah, because every time when we have a class, you don't know who has what injuries. And it's actually very scary, because you still want to teach in a safe environment. Yeah, so I would say that compared to when I first started, and then now, I'm a bit more, I don't know, informed. More aware, yeah, more confident as well. And yeah, I actually truly enjoy the teaching process a lot more. Yeah, because I feel that it's okay to not know sometimes, because we are still learning. But I think it's also the part about making the effort to learn. Yeah, because let's say during this class, I may not know about certain thing, but immediately after that, I will just Google and also get to learn and read up more. Then at least it shows next time, when I encounter like a similar similar situation, at least I am more prepared. Yeah. So yeah, that's the difference.
But I think it definitely takes two hands to clap. We can give you all the resources and tools, but if you are not receptive to it, you don't take the time to digest the information, to apply it during the class, you will also never improve, which I think you should definitely give yourself a lot of applaud. And shoulder tap. I don't know what's that. Good job. Oh, shoulder pat. Good job. I feel like you're very hardworking in general, and you're very you reflect a lot. You always want to do better, and I think that speaks a lot about your classes, and also clients also really love your classes. So yeah, we would say to give Chloe a try if you haven't tried her classes yet. Yeah. So yeah, we're really happy that she's here with us. Anything else you want to say?
Thank you. But yeah, I really appreciate those who have, to the clients who have attended my class and also gave me feedback after class. Actually, it's really very helpful, because
And you asked for it, right?
yeah, I asked for it. But you never know what your clients are thinking. Yeah. We may, joke a little bit or laugh a little bit during class, but I honestly think that the feedback or that communication helps a lot. especially for instructors. Yeah, because then that's when you kind of know, okay, what are some things that I need to continuously like work on or to further improve on. Yeah, so yeah, thank you. And also to clients that I may not have had a chance to see you in class. Hopefully we get to see each other in class. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, thank you so much.